This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Governor Tony Evers is issuing a new public health order and extending Wisconsin's statewide mask mandate. During a press briefing this afternoon, the governor said the mandate will be extended for another 2 months. The current order was set to expire next week.
Also today, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, along with the Wisconsin National Guard, is set to launch a mobile vaccination program to expedite the vaccination process throughout the state.
The teams will be staffed by the Wisconsin National Guard, as well as pharmacy and nursing students from the UW system. This program will start with 9 teams, and we are looking forward to expanding from there.
Governor Evers says it'll start Tuesday. Local and tribal health departments can get help from these vaccine teams to fill in gaps in access. The latest statewide vaccination numbers: more than 213,000 doses have been administered so far, more than 373,000 have been shipped, and more than 600,000 have been allocated.
There is a line at the Alliant Energy Center test site that moves a lot faster than the other ones. You also need a little bit of luck to end up in it. But soon there could be more vaccination lines at Alliant as we wait for the state to announce the next phase of people. Madeline O'Neill is live at the Alliant Energy Center now with what it looks like and how long it might take. Maddie?
Yeah, there were a few lanes open today for vaccinations for those frontline healthcare workers who have signed up and were invited here. Now, it really depends on supply of vaccine, but yesterday, Public Health, Madison and Dane County was able to do just more than 600 vaccinations. Right now, they're building a foundation which they can expand in the coming weeks and months as more groups are able to get vaccinated.
They're super happy. You know, I think everybody realizes that this has been a long haul.
Demand for the COVID-19 vaccine is high, and Public Health Madison and Dane County is working to keep up.
That's one of our jobs, is to try to get as much vaccine into arms as possible.
Right now, those arms must belong to frontline healthcare workers in the 1A tier, whose employers have completed an online survey. To work through that list, which at one point had more than 4,000 people.
We randomize the names that we have, and we pull out the names that we have for available doses.
With each vaccine, Operations Section Chief Doug Fagley says they get more efficient, preparing to expand as more groups become eligible in Tier 1B.
We're not going to wait until 1A is all done. It's like getting on an airplane. You don't wait until Group A has completely boarded before you open the doors and start letting Group B in.
The Department of Health Services hasn't released exactly which groups will be in Tier 1B yet. They're waiting for a state committee's final recommendations next week.
We can't wait until those decisions are made to begin to plan and prepare for expanding access. And so those plans are underway, and I think you will see expansion to other groups within that 1B category very soon.
That means more shots in the arms of people like police and firefighters here at the Alliant Energy Center in the coming weeks.
We just want to make sure that we can move through this tier and then get into the next tier and move through there so that we can hopefully hit the general public in late spring.
Public Health partners with health systems to help work through that list to get people vaccinated as well. Now, much like their online registration system for COVID-19 testing, they hope to set up something similar for vaccinations in the next month or so. And of course, as vaccine distribution increases, this won't be the only community site offering vaccinations.
Maddie, thank you. The Fitchburg Family Pharmacy is one of the first community pharmacists in the state offering a drive-through vaccine service. They applied to help out through the Department of Health Services and Public Health Madison and Dane County. They got their first shipment of the vaccine on Monday and are currently only vaccinating Tier 1A frontline healthcare workers, but will slowly be adding some of the 1B category next week. Their plan moving forward is to vaccinate around 200 people per week.
There were more than 2,200 newly reported COVID-19 cases today in Wisconsin, just under the 7-day current average. About 28,000 of those cases remain active. 33 new deaths were also confirmed, along with 119 new hospitalizations. Phase 1 healthcare workers at Wisconsin prisons are just now starting to get their vaccines. 119 workers got their first doses Wednesday. About 900 healthcare prison workers statewide would qualify under that Phase 1. A state advisory committee is considering including both prisoners and all corrections staff in the next phase. People who live or work in assisted living facilities can start getting vaccinated immediately if pharmacies have enough supply on hand.
A federal pharmacy program is handling that next phase of rollout to Wisconsin's long-term care facilities. As Naomi Coles explains, Wisconsin has been waiting on a program requirement to just move forward.
The state estimates that we need 70,000 doses for that first round at assisted living facilities. And a federal requirement meant that Wisconsin needed all of those before starting. Now that Wisconsin has met that requirement, it won't be long before your loved ones at assisted living facilities will be getting their first dose. Instead of waiting until January 25th, like was planned earlier, pharmacies in that federal program can start right away if they've got the doses.
We've given the direction to CVS and Walgreens to do the entire facility, right? Now that we've got enough vaccine in that system.
But not all nursing home staff want the vaccine. Most residents got the first dose. In fact, more than 90% of them. But Leading Age Wisconsin estimates between 60 and 70% of staff statewide are getting it. Some facilities are as high as 80%, but others as low as a third.
We think an overall vaccination rate for staff in excess of 60% is actually quite good. And we're really happy to hear of those cases where facilities have achieved an 80% or higher rate.
The state says it's hard to know exactly how high or low the rate really is.
We don't know how many staff are in each nursing home, so I don't have further data on that at this point in time beyond the reports I've heard from industry leaders.
For some, misinformation could be at fault.
There was also a fair amount of misinformation that was circulated in various, internet websites and things like that we had to overcome.
But there's hope that those who opted out at first will change.
A number of staff who, may have missed the chance to be vaccinated in the first trip to by the vaccine clinic, they're stepping forward to say, when they come back, I want to make sure that I'm on the list and I receive the vaccine.
Leading Age Wisconsin estimates that it will take at least 6 weeks before that first round of doses reaches all of Wisconsin's 4,500 assisted living facilities. In reality, he says it could take even longer. Reporting for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
Well, let's check your first one forecast now. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, we're starting to get a little bit of light snow across the Madison area. Here's the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. A little bit of haziness there. That is some light snow that's starting to fall. In fact, as we take a look at Doppler track, you can see the snow coming in from east central Wisconsin, moving through the Madison area, and actually heading back toward the south and west. Right now, it looks like a little bit of rain could be mixed in as well, but eventually, when the precipitation starts, temperatures drop off a little bit, and the precipitation primarily is in the form of snow. Right now, 2-mile visibility at the airport in Madison, 1.75 miles in Juneau and at the Baraboo Dells Airport. Southwestern Wisconsin right now pretty much out of the snow for the time being. Total snowfall amounts will probably still be less than an inch through most of southern Wisconsin through tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now, areas that are getting the snow have seen their temperatures drop to 32 or a little bit below. Southwestern Wisconsin still seeing temperatures in the middle 30s. Temperatures will hold nearly steady overnight, probably fluctuating between about 31 and 34 degrees overnight. Tomorrow's high temperature at 35 as the snow tapers to flurries and a little bit of drizzle during the day. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes more seasonable weather for at least the first part of next week.
Gary, thank you. The head of Wisconsin's Capitol Police is telling lawmakers to stay away from the building this weekend. Chief Dave Irwin also suggested they remove any personal information from social media accounts due to threats around the country. In addition to an increased Capitol Police force, the governor has also activated the National Guard to be on hand as a precaution. In a memo sent to lawmakers yesterday, Chief Irwin said he was, quote, not aware of specific credible threats to legislators, but that there continues to be active social media commentary regarding the threat of ongoing unrest.
So some businesses around Capitol Square are taking extra precautions ahead of this weekend. Our Jamie Perez was down there this afternoon, and she saw several businesses boarding up their storefronts.
Yeah, so YWCA here is just one example of one of those businesses that was boarded up. You can also just see across the street here at UW Credit Union, they are boarded up as well. Now, today I spoke with the CEO of the YWCA. She said she is disheartened to have to board up like this and called it a sad day. But as the leader of this organization, she said she had to make the decision to protect and preserve what they stand for.
It's really ironic and sad that we're embarking upon Martin Luther King's birthday, on Monday, and usually it's a celebration of how far we've come, but in this scenario, I really am reflecting on how far we've gone backwards.
Today I also spoke to Madison's Central Improvement District. They said some businesses are closing out of precaution for this weekend, and several other businesses that I spoke to said that they are choosing not to board up, just hoping that things remain peaceful this weekend and throughout next week.
All right, Jamie, thank you. More to come tonight at 6, including the story of a local miracle baby and a Good Samaritan who saved his life, and a new fundraising campaign to provide people with a gift of mobility. Stay with us.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Get over $3,700 cash allowance on most 2021 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners with an eligible GM credit card get an additional $1,750 total allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
It's time to pack your bags during Steinhoffel's Winter Getaway Sale. Get a 2, 3, or 4-night stay at any of these great hotels. Steinhoffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses for every budget. And right now, the entire store is 35 to 50% off. Plus, with Steinhoffel's special 60-month financing, your new room has never been more affordable. Get the new furniture your house has been asking for and pack your bags during Steinhoffel's Winter Getaway Sale.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. There's an opportunity to support a community meal in recognition of Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Well, the effort is a collaboration between Little John's Restaurant, Overture Center, and Madison's Central Business Improvement District. Soul food meals will be served up on Monday via drive-through or curbside pickup for $5. You can pick them up at the Boys and Girls Club, Allied Drive location in Fitchburg, or 2 satellite locations, Goodman Community Center or the East Madison Community Center.
Especially with everything that's been going on in Washington and everything that's been going on locally, we just wanted to have a way for people to just take a breath for a minute and still think about all the things that are going on, but be able to take a breath for a moment and realize we're all people and we're all sharing the same roof, and if we could all just share a big meal together, it'd be a great way to kind of come together, even if it's just for a day.
You can also pay it forward by donating a meal to others on the Little John's website, where you can also find meal pickup times.
Metcalf's Market is working with community members to provide the gift of mobility. They are taking donations to pay for bus passes for people dealing with homelessness or a housing transition.
So the gift of mobility is like, it's better than food because you can actually work your way out of the situation that you're currently in.
Customers can support the program at the checkout lane at any Metcalf's donation. Make a donation, you can make a donation, you can round up your bill and donate Metcalf's rewards points. The money will go directly to Friends of the State Street family, and they will distribute the bus passes to the homeless.
UW Health is sharing the story of a miracle baby. Shortly after Lucas Hogum was born back in August of 2019, he was diagnosed with a virus that attacked his liver, congenital CMV. He needed a life-saving organ transplant. The family posted an urgent plea on social media and got more than 100 offers from all around the country, but none were good matches. Finally, Lucas found one, and his mom, Jenny's former high school classmate, who came forward to donate part of her liver. Even though she lived in North Carolina, her husband was deployed overseas, and she was caring for 2 small children.
And a friend of ours from high school, someone who we hadn't spoken to in probably 10 years, reached out to me. I remember getting the Facebook message and going in the lobby down the hall and her saying, "Jenny, I think I'm going to be a match. I think I can save your son." And I was just in complete shock. I'm like...
And Lucas received his transplant 1 year ago this week, believed to be the first pediatric patient to go through a transplant while still having the active CMV liver virus.
Still to come tonight, a big couple of days for Wisconsin sports fans. A preview of both the Badger game tonight and the Packers playoffs tomorrow coming up in sports. But first, the snow has returned. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti will let us know what's in store for this weekend. Coming up next.
$6 million worth of top brand home furnishings must be sold at Ashley Home Store. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout and interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, get $1,500 customer cash on a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
At U.S. Cellular, we're building a powerful 5G network that works without interruption in the places you wouldn't expect. And with every plan at U.S. Cellular, you get access to 5G at no additional charge. So no matter where you are, U.S. Cellular's network always keeps you connected in the places you need it most. At U.S. Cellular, all of our plans include 5G and get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. U.S. Cellular.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Hurry to lease a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for just $299 a month, only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
$6 million worth of furniture and mattresses must be sold at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these. Plus, pay as little as $25 per month, interest-free for up to 6 years on luxury sleep systems. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
Last night we got a few inches of snow across our viewing area. The heaviest amounts were in the far western parts of the area. Cassville and Grant County picked up 5.5 inches. Eastman and Crawford County a little over 5 inches. And then most of the amounts were in the 1 to 3 inch range across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Officially, Dane County Regional Airport a little over an inch, but we picked up about 2.5 here at the station. And high-resolution Doppler radar right now shows another batch of snow moving in from the northeast and heading to the southwest. So it's moving into the Madison area now, and eventually will cover most most of southern Wisconsin. Might be a little rain mixed in, but for the most part, temperatures would get cold enough for it primarily to be in the form of snow or maybe even a little freezing drizzle as it winds down later on tonight. You can see this area of snow rotating around an area of low pressure farther to the south. So the counterclockwise wind circulation, at least for the time being, is causing our weather to come in from the east rather than from the west the way we normally expect it to. Visibility down to 2 miles in Madison, 2.5 miles in Marshfield because of light snow. Not seeing any really low visibilities, so that means the snow is not particularly heavy. Winds are also starting to die down over the western high plains. Last couple of days they've had wind gusts in the 35 to 55 mile an hour range and some gusts in the 60 to 70 mile per hour range. The blizzard warnings have finally been taken down and converted to winter weather advisories as they still have some problems with blowing snow out west. The main area of low pressure is located just to the north of St. Louis, but notice the jet stream. Basically it's in a circle here. It's what we call a cutoff low. The main jet stream coming in splits. Some of it goes way to the south, some of it goes up to the north into Canada, keeping the colder air at bay. That means there's nothing really to push this little whirlpool of air along, so eventually the storm system will kind of weaken and gradually drift off to the east with time. The main area of low pressure, like I said, is located near St. Louis, but notice the cold front arcing out, so the winds have circulated around it and are actually driving the cold air in from the south and southwest into parts of Michigan and Ohio. But in our part of the storm, the northern part, we're seeing our weather move from east to west around that counterclockwise wind circulation. But when you have a cutoff low pressure system, there's usually not a big temperature contrast, and you can see that very clearly here. Temperatures mainly in the 30s, a few places in the 20s out to the west, no bitterly cold air, so we're not looking at a very strong storm system as it gradually winds its way down, and so that's why we're not looking at a lot of precipitation. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies, some snow showers, maybe a little freezing drizzle mixed in. Low temperature of 31 probably late evening, and then we'll see those temperatures hold steady overnight. Snow accumulations up to an inch are possible. Tomorrow, just look for a chance for some flurries or drizzle. High temperature at 35, but those temperatures holding nearly steady through the day. As we look at the next 12 hours, you can see that snow coming in from the north and east to the south and west, and that will continue overnight, but notice by 7 a.m., most of the snow down to just a couple of flurries or a very light snow shower. And again, snowfall amounts probably less than an inch over most of southern Wisconsin, maybe some 1 to 2 inch amounts up toward the Fox Valley. 7 to 10 day forecast, still a chance for some flurries on Sunday, another chance for flurries Monday night into Tuesday of next week, and then we'll look for a little more significant storm system toward the end of next weekend with a little warm up ahead of it and a cool down behind it.
And coming up in sports, Aaron Jones running for a cause on Saturday. Why each yard he gains will go a long way for kids in the Green Bay area. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Hurry to get $7,250 in total savings on a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to go ahead and smile.
Saturday morning, one of Madison's beloved bakeries is celebrating International Hot and Spicy Day with some daring new treats.
Join us at 5 and 8 as we test them out and tell you how they're helping to make a difference, too.
Last year in the playoffs, Aaron Jones rushed for 118 yards on 33 carries. This time around, he's hoping for bigger things, but not because he's selfish. Jones is running for a cause. The Packers running back is teaming up with Cousin Subs to raise money for his A&A All the Way Foundation. For every rushing yard he gains in the postseason, a pair of Adidas shoes will be donated to a middle school or elementary school kid in the Green Bay area.
Some kids have been wearing the same shoes for 2 years. Some people may not even have shoes. So just giving them a proper wear where they can go outside, they can feel good about themselves, and they can enjoy something and put a smile on their face. And so I'm not only playing for me, but I'm playing for everybody. So I think that's something that's special, and I'm going to try to go out there and get as many kids' shoes as I can.
If it feels like the Badgers have been on the road for a while, it's because they have. Monday, they flew to Ann Arbor. Tuesday, they took on Michigan. And then instead of heading back to Madison, they stayed on the road. By Wednesday, they were in New Jersey and started preparing for tonight's game against Rutgers. So it's been nearly a week-long road trip for this group, but it's one that they say was needed.
I think it gives you, more time to be together, some more time for, some soul searching and tough conversations and to figure some things out. Which I think we've definitely taken advantage of to make sure that we're prepared and in the right mindset.
The Wisconsin men's hockey team is going to have to wait just a little longer to serve up some revenge on Arizona State. Tonight's series opener has been postponed due to health and safety concerns within the Sun Devils program. As of now, Saturday's game is on as scheduled, and the two will play game 2 of their series Sunday at 6:30. Both games will be televised on Fox Sports Wisconsin. The Wisconsin women used a 2-goal first period to skate past #1 ranked Minnesota this afternoon and take game 1 of their border battle series with a statement win. 5 different Badgers scored while Kennedy Blair saved 30 shots. Last night was a good one for a pair of former Badgers. In his Predators debut, Luke Kunin lit the lamp for his first goal of the season to lead Nashville to their first win of the year. And then Jake McCabe slapped one home for the Sabres. He finished with the old Gordie Howe hat trick, a goal, an assist, and a fight. And the Brewers signed both Brandon Woodruff and Josh Hader to 1-year contracts to avoid arbitration. Last season, Hader picked up 13 saves, while Woodruff struck out 91 batters in 13 starts last season. So the Brewers making moves. Eric, we won't ask Gary about the Cubs.
They haven't made any moves. That's the easy story. The harder story is how much snow are we going to get. Right now, we've got some light snow falling. You can kind of see the haziness in the lights of the Capitol. Snow is spreading in from northeast to southwest. It'll eventually cover much of southern Wisconsin over the next few hours. Visibility dropping to between about 2 and 5 miles most areas. A few places a little bit less than that. So be aware of a couple of heavier snow showers mixed in with the light snow.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.